London Hott Radio.
Put your hands up, put your hands up, don't put your hands up. Don't put your hands up. Don't put your hands up. I sound cocky now. Change my name to Pretty Black. They can't stop me now. I don't fuck around. Let's flash back. I always held it down. I always held it down. I ain't come from money, but I'm here for money now. Business minded, contract signed, never blinded, always shining. Pretty Blaxx, I be in the VIP, chilling like the MVP of the streets. My young cats make noise. I'm scary movie, make them scream. Dollar, dollar if you here for that cream. If you here for that scene, homie, live in the moment. When it's gone, you can't report it stolen. Hold it like it's golden. What's understood doesn't have to be spoken. Shine as bright as you could. Ain't no dark clouds, just believe in you good. See, we all good. Everything, everything. Good. Don't put your hands up. If you put your all in it, don't put your hands up. If you do you, don't put your hands up. Put your hands up. Don't put
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? Do you speak Yoruba?
Just a little bit.
Just okay. I'm Yoruba. I speak Yoruba.
Like completely clearly. Ṣùgbọ́n Yorùbá dáadáa.
Let's up in my boy down, but I understand it. I went to Latin America for like 20 years, but
Wow.
for Yoruba, so like,
Okay, ó yé mi. Èmi náà máa ń sọ díẹ̀ náà ni. Gbogbo English ti wọlé.
yeah.
That kind of level. But I think we're going to have this meeting in English.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Okay. So you said you've been in America for 20 years.
Yes.
And how do you're 21 years?
Yes.
Okay, so how did you get into the music industry?
Okay. You know, of me coming from New York City, like a lot of people say New York City is the home of hip hop music because we're constantly just making music and we constantly, rhyming.
Yeah.
So to me, actually, music was like more of like a sport, because we used to battle each other and we used to just pick up, each other's skills.
Mm-hmm.
So from when I was like 16, I never thought I would be a musician. I didn't think I would ever take it serious, but from 16, with the guys that I grew up around here in Queens, New York, we used to just be, on the block in the streets. We would just be, like going back and forth like it's a sport. And from there, I was able to pick it up. And when I come home, I will have the recording programs on my computer. And this is like a couple years later, because I was in Nigeria. Let's say I started rhyming around 16. And
Okay.
I went to Nigeria. Yeah, I went to Nigeria around 17. I was in Nigeria for my whole 17 years. 17 years old for 1 year, I was in Nigeria. Then when I came back, because when I was in Nigeria, I used to always get the magazines where they would write the lyrics.
Yeah.
I went to school there, so I used to always get these magazines. And then for the first time, I actually started paying attention to the lyrics. Because I could understand what the people are saying, because I understand English very well, but I never actually read the lyrics.
Okay.
So when I was in Nigeria, I was able to read the lyrics, and that's when I became really, really interested in actually making the music. So when I came back to America, I downloaded a lot of recording programs, and I started making music. I was making music to myself, because when you first start,
Yeah.
it's not going to be as good as you want it to be.
You're your first audience, basically.
Yes, I was.
Okay, so if I'm correct, I'm not trying to get your age out of you, so you're about 33?
No, that's my partner. That's my partner that's 33. I'm 27.
Okay. Oh
Yes.
wow. So does so who was your main rap artist that kind of got you thinking that you're capable of putting a couple of bars down?
Oh, well, I mean, it would be Tupac, you know. Tupac
Okay.
is the actual main person because, you know, coming from, you know, if you do the math, when I came to Nigeria, when I came to America about 21 years ago, it was around 93,
Yeah.
94.
Okay.
And that's when Tupac was really, really, really getting big,
Yeah, he was.
you know. And when right now I live in a suburb in a nice neighborhood, so I'm around a lot of white people. But when I first came to America, we was in the ghetto. So with us being in the ghetto, I was able to relate to a lot of things he was saying.
Okay.
And I was able to also relate to a lot of people that was similar to Tupac.
Right.
So I just very well understood it. But what made me love Tupac so much was because when we first came to America in 93, I could barely speak correct English.
Seriously?
You know? Yeah, I couldn't speak English. I was only 6 years old. I knew how to write it because in Nigeria, in primary school, they teach us a little things here and there.
Yeah.
I knew how to write it. I knew a little bit how to speak, but my pronunciation was very off because we had right now when I talk, you can't even tell that I'm Nigerian.
No, I actually thought I would have got some kind of slight accent from you.
Yeah, but you know why I talk so much like these guys? Because of Tupac. You know,
right.
I used to, when I couldn't pronounce certain words, I would listen to this guy and I would listen to the way he pronounced his words because that's what made him so good, I believe. He used to pronounce his words more clearly than a lot of artists. So when I used to listen to this guy and he would pronounce his words, I was like, man, this guy is amazing.
Wow.
You know, I just listen, and I'm not even gonna lie. At first, I didn't like what he was saying because I couldn't relate to it. I'm like, yo, why is this guy talking about killing people and doing all of this stuff? But then when I realized what's going on in America, then I realized
you can relate. So, is your music genre the same kind of like Tupac? Is it the same flow? Are you politically correct, or are you more of the like gangster, grime, underground? Have you experienced anything like that?
Yeah, I like to do a little bit of both.
Okay.
I like to make music to motivate people, especially being a Nigerian and me living in America all my life. I want to give other Nigerians like motivation from me being where I'm at, you know?
Okay.
Because I can't always talk to them or see them or give them a hug or, you know? So I just like to motivate and be politically correct in my music, but my music is not just that because I'm a businessman.
Okay.
And I do a lot of parties. Yes, I do a lot of party promotions.
Cool.
Like I have a party with a major artist, Styles P, coming up. And I have another party with Joel Santana, and I pay for these parties. So I'm very big on the business side.
Right.
So with me being big on the business side, I had to kind of make party music and music for guys to just party to. So I can't say I'm 100% a political correct artist, but I like to put that in there. You like to dip in and out. I like to give them a little bit of both because I'm on the artist side, but I'm also on the business side. So I kind of need a little bit of everything. Okay. So have you got an album out or a single that you're working on, mixtape, anything like that? Yes. Yes, I have an album out. It's called Alive, Pretty Blaxx Alive. It's on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. It's on basically all iCloud, digital. stores. Yeah, iCloud. Every digital store on the internet should have my album. So if you just search Pretty Blaxx
Okay.
Alive,
Yeah.
the album should pop up. Yes.
Fantastic. So you know at the moment the African music industry is popping off with, you know, you've got people like P Square duetting with people like Rick Ross, and you've got artists like D'banj duetting with Snoop Doggy Dogg. Do you have the same foresight as what's going on in Nigeria at the moment, in America, being a Nigerian origin? Do you have the same kind of like flavor to collaborate with certain musicians from Nigeria yourself?
Definitely, I'm looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to it. I'm trying to come to Nigeria this year.
Okay.
I'm not sure exact time. I can't give the time, but I'm trying to come to Nigeria this year. When I do come to Nigeria, I plan to go to the studio, and I plan to make a lot of music with a lot of Nigerian artists because, like I said, I'm also a business person, so I like to have something for everybody. So let's say I end up doing a concert in Nigeria.
Yeah.
I just don't want to do a concert with American music. I want to bring some people out because it's entertainment.
Mhm.
Because I look at myself as more than an artist. I actually do the business side, and I do the business side, you know, like a real big man when it comes to it, because I deal with other guys that's doing a lot, that has a lot of things going for themselves. And, you know, when it comes to entertainment and trying to make people happy, when it comes to the concert or when it comes to the party, you want to have something for everybody, you know. If they like American music, you want to have American music. If they like Nigerian music, you want to have Nigerian music. If they like Nigerian artists, you want to have a Nigerian artist. If they like American artists, you want to have American artists. Okay. So in business, I learned you gotta, you gotta give the people what they want.
Yeah, I believe so myself. So where is your next 5-year plan for you right now? Not exactly 5 years, but you know, you already said you're going to Nigeria hopefully this year, and I want to know, what do you want to bring to Nigeria and the plans you have for the next 5 years?
I mean, I'm a real powerful person, I believe, because of my relationships. I have great relationships in America, and I also have one of the top lawyers in Hollywood. You know, and sometimes when I tell people this, they don't really know the significance of it.
No.
But me having a top lawyer, I just recently hired him, and you know, I told you I throw parties. I'm throwing a party with Styles P, Javale Santana, Fred the Godson. As I'm throwing parties with these people, my lawyer is gonna be writing letters or showing other people, industry people, showing them what I'm doing. Yeah. And these other industry people is gonna, you know, call me up and say, hey, you want to do business? So my main goal in coming to Nigeria is to be able to have some kind of setup where I come there, we do a concert. Yeah. After we do a concert, we document everything. We take videos of everything. Mm-hmm. I send it to my lawyer, and when I send it to my lawyer, I want him to show other people, not even so much people, other businesses, other corporations. Yeah. I want my lawyer to put them what we're doing and what I'm able to do in America all the way to Nigeria. So my main goal is, you know, starting something, documenting it, sending it back to the people in America so they can see what we're doing, and then getting some sponsorships. You're
basically building up your credibility with legalities around it. Yeah. Okay. So the business side of things aside, in your music, are you aiming to get as popular as Jay-Z or 50 Cent, or are you one of those artists that you just want you're business orientated, but you want your music to speak for himself?
I'm business orientated. Even my lawyer told me he's gonna make me into the next Jay-Z because the lawyer that I hired,
Yeah.
it's you have to be a millionaire in America to be able to hire him. Now, I'm doing pretty good for myself. You have to be a millionaire to hire him.
But I'm sure his fees are not cheap.
Excuse me?
His fees are not cheap.
Yeah, he's the top lawyer in Hollywood, and also like I'm able to pay for everything that I do. I'm able to sponsor myself. So he tell me like, yo, since I run my own business, he's gonna make me into like a Jay-Z type of guy. But I believe I'm very popular because I'm doing very well for myself. So that's why I call myself a businessman, because even if I don't make music, I'm a very popular person. If I just show you my car, this is the car I drive,
Okay.
So driving, it's a Mercedes. It's a 2015 Mercedes. So driving cars like this, I don't think you have a lot of problem with popularity.
Yeah, no, you won't. You're attracting the attention.
Yeah, I unfortunately I do. And the thing that I would like to say is, like Jay-Z became popular because of the money he had.
Yes.
And he was able to make good music, but he was able to put the music in the right market with his own money.
Yeah.
So I believe I'm the same thing, because my lawyer, that's why he want to deal with me, because the lawyer is so expensive. He said he would deal with me because he feels like I'm very business ready and I do my own thing. I don't really listen. I don't go to nobody for my finances. I handle my own finances, and the story in America is everybody love the guy with money.
Yeah.
So, popularity, like I said, I just feel like I'm even better than Jay-Z.
That's the best way to think. Otherwise, you won't be able to accumulate what you have so far. Because, in the industry, a lot of rappers have you have a stereotype kind of attitude towards rappers, saying, you guys sell drugs, you do this, and you're competing. So a lot of times when a lot of people come into the game, they more think about you being from a background of drug selling or some kind of pimping, something involved in like street life, rather than them thinking do you understand what I'm saying? Nobody really thinks you accumulated your money the right way. So someone like you that is not in the limelight as such as Jay-Z, and you're on almost the same wavelength as him, because you can afford a solicitor on that level. Obviously, there's a lot of financial gains that you've worked for in the past for you to get to this point. Someone like me talking to you now, I'm not going to stereotype you, but the audience that would listen to you will think, okay, so how did he make his money to be able to accumulate so much to get to the level he is?
The thing is, I deal with celebrities. I have enough money myself to be able to deal with a celebrity. I could party with a celebrity, but at this point, I pay celebrities to come and entertain me. And as an artist, I don't even perform. I only want to perform in Nigeria. I don't look to perform because it's a business. So I figured if I could pay an artist to come to a show, people are gonna buy tickets, and I'm gonna make money, and that's how I can afford my lifestyle, because I have a lot of connections. I have a lot of connections. I get to deal with guys at a very good price.
But you do make your money back from these events, because obviously you're gonna sell tickets, or you're actually renting the venue and getting your finances back on the grounds of making sure you're promoting it in the right way, you're getting the right amount of crowd involved.
Yeah, definitely. And that's how I'm able to make my money, and that's what's so important that people, a lot of artists leave out, is they don't know the business and they don't know how to generate money. So They just feel like they need someone to discover them. They need, they don't believe in their own power to make it happen by themselves. So they always looking for somebody that's already in the game, somebody that's already doing this. And that's why I say I feel like I'm better than Jay-Z. I feel like I'm 10 times better than Jay-Z because Jay-Z didn't come from Nigeria.
No, he came from America. He's a black.
We literally came. Yeah.
Black American, Black African American. So you actually got you're a bit, to me you're sounding a bit like an Akon person. Like you came from another country, you had to get used to the culture, the environment, the language, the whole dynamics of different kind of diversity of cultures.
And I'm still able to be successful on the level of the highest guy here. Jay-Z is the highest person here. They always talking about him when he was around my age, he had a Lexus, a brand new Lexus. He was this, he was that. He had a record label. Well, look at me. I got a brand new Mercedes. I got a great lawyer. I'm doing parties with celebrities. I go to clubs. They know me. They don't know me for being an artist. They know me for being a successful guy.
Okay.
So, if I'm able to do all of this, I look at it like, Jay-Z didn't come from Nigeria. He didn't have those difficulties, like, I didn't have the motivation Jay-Z had. My motivation was not around.
No.
But Jay-Z had motivation. He had his mother around. He had his cousins. He had his grandparents. He had his friends.
Yeah.
He had his neighborhood. Me, when I came into the neighborhood, they all wanted to fight me.
Yeah, because you were the African.
Yeah, I had no support system. But look at me now. When Jay-Z was 27, I'm 27 right now. When Jay-Z was 27, he was not as successful as me.
Wow.
And the reason why I like to choose Jay-Z, because he's a very successful guy. So I don't think
he's the guy in mainstream at the moment. No. To him, you shouldn't be a big competition. He should be more like you should be happy that you're comparing yourself to him, actually.
Yes. You know what I look at Jay-Z like? You know how Martin Luther King say that he had a dream?
Yes.
I look at it like, okay, when Martin Luther King said he had a dream, he motivated somebody to live their dream. I feel like that's what Jay-Z is to me. As Martin Luther King told somebody, I have a dream that black people will be able to walk in this country with no problems.
Yeah.
Maybe Jay-Z thought of that and had that dream. Now, I saw Jay-Z as a Nigerian boy that came into the ghetto. Now, I'm looking at another guy that left the ghetto and is now, he's almost a billionaire. He have $500 million. Now, Jay-Z was my motivation, where I believe, okay, if this guy could do it, then I could do it too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely think you can. You've got the right head on your shoulders, and I think for you, the only way is up, because you're definitely motivated. Because there's this thing especially about the people that grew up in America. You guys have this drive, like you believe in yourself more than anyone else can. And you have this thing of where nothing can stop you. You can never come last. You always have to win in everything you do. Whereas the attitude over here, on this side of the water, I'm not really talking about Nigeria as yet, we are very much, we can settle for second. We don't mind, you don't have to win everything. We don't have that, encouragement to be the best we can. We just have the encouragement to try your best, and even if you don't succeed, at least you tried. But in America, you have to, no matter what it is that you try your hands on, you have to succeed in it. And from what you're saying, I mean, as a presenter myself, I'm kind of like inspired, because you're pushing yourself to a different level than what a regular artist is doing. You're making sure your finances and your business head is on point. Because over here, we don't really get that opportunity to say, okay, if someone wants to be a rapper, they mostly just want to rap. And I don't think of, when you're making music, you don't make as much money as you would make if you are the person sitting down behind a desk signing the checks.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
That's correct. And that's what made me, because I told you when I first started, I was an artist. But as I grew older, I went to school for business. I went to school for entrepreneurship and business. So as I went to school and I grew older and I learned about business world and I realized how much artists was making,
Yeah.
I didn't want to be an artist. That's why till today I don't perform for nobody. I
Wow.
pay other people to perform. Because in business, I'm not gonna waste. I mean, I love to perform. I love to entertain people. So don't take it wrong. But
Yeah.
I am not going to run around and use all my energy when I know I could pay somebody else to do it and I make the same amount of money. Yes,
Yeah.
I love doing this. I love making music. But when the business side in me comes out,
They know what you're
I'd rather
about.
save my energy and make money.
Yeah.
I'd
Definitely.
rather save
So,
my energy and make money. And me knowing that I have a country like Nigeria,
hell yeah.
I'm not so eager to perform. Everybody tell me, oh, you should really do it here in America. You should do that. I feel like, I'm a successful guy in America. People know me for being successful. So it's not a challenge to me. Like a challenge is something you think you can't do.
Yes.
It's not a challenge to me. It's more of the challenge to me is Nigeria.
Yeah.
Is getting people in Nigeria to be interested.
Definitely.
So, yeah. So, it's just I just feel like, I look at it totally different from the regular artists. I'm not I still love music. I love making music. I love entertaining. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna be smart. I'm gonna have money. I'm gonna have relationships. Being an artist is gonna be so easy to me.
Yeah.
But if I just go and I'm trying so hard to be an artist now, there's gonna be a lot of competition, and there's gonna be a lot of things that don't work out right. And in business, there's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna try to take advantage.
Yes.
They're not gonna pay me the proper amount.
Yeah.
So that's when I realized, instead of me trying to be an artist, when I went to school for business and I realized the business world, I was like, look, I'm not gonna try to be an artist. If anything, I'm gonna try to create a record label. And if I love music that much,
yeah,
I'll make myself an artist when I want to.
When you're
But I
ready.
wanna have that control. Yes.
This sounds a bit like a Puffy kind of thing. Like, although he can put some bars down, and he knows how to market his stuff. He knows that the mainstream likes the pop rap. He knows what artists to work with, even though he's known for dropping people as quickly as he picks them up. But that, because he's got his business cap on, he knows who he needs at that time. Everybody uses everybody in this industry. It's not a thing that you have to take it personal. It's business. And I can hear that from the way you're talking.
Yeah, you're right. You're totally right. Because it's a business where we are the business. We are the billboard. We are the walking business. The human being is the business.
Yeah.
So you have to use the human being. So that's when I'm like, look, I know my worth. You know what I mean? I know my worth. And I'm not going to have people using me because I feel like this is all I could do in my life. I'm not just a person that you could call anytime and say, hey, come run around for me.
Yeah.
No. I have money. I know people.
You're grounded.
I have connections. And like you say, when you compare me to Puffy, I believe that's exactly what it is, because I believe I could always be an artist as a business person. I could always make myself an artist as a businessman. But if I go just become an artist, then all my money in business is in one spot, and that's an artist. And I might get taken advantage of.
How long would you last in the industry? There's so many rappers out there at the moment. And I know America is a big state, hence why a lot of rappers have a good platform in regards of making sales, and some don't, but majority of rappers, especially black orientated rappers, have a good profile in America, whereas over here in England it's quite hard for a black rapper to kind of have that platform and be a businessman on that level, because we have a lot of record companies, but they haven't got any support of the big record companies, which you're gonna have to have when you live over here. So as being British, and we have a lot of underground artists, I'm asking you, would you come over to this side of the waters and find some artists to go under your label, or are you somebody who's strictly orientated with Nigeria and America, or do you want to do an international thing?
Yeah, it definitely international. I want to be everywhere. I want to deal with everybody. Because my thing is, it's a business.
Okay.
So it's a business. So my thing is, I believe like if I have the connection, if I have the capability, you understand? Like if I know how to make it work,
Yeah.
then I could go anywhere and make it work. You know, it's like if I know the right lawyer, if I know the right record label, if I know the right producer, if I know the right artists, I could go anywhere and make it work. I could go to London, find the right artists, call my lawyer up in Hollywood, tell my lawyer, look, this artist in London is great. And I could call my partners in New York City, like, hey, I want to do some parties with this guy. And before you know it, we'll be making money.
And then you make it happen.
Becomes very easy. It becomes
Yeah.
very easy now because when I was 21 trying to be an artist, I always thought like, oh, this is the biggest dream in the world.
Yeah.
And if I ever make it, then I'm just a lucky person.
Yeah.
But now that I'm actually on the business side, it's like a couple steps. It's just few steps to me. It's not really that big of a deal.
Yeah. Okay.
So I want to be national. I feel like I can help anybody. I can help anybody because I haven't told you. I also went to school for engineering, so I'm a professional engineer. That's how I was able to build myself up with the connections. I went to school in NYC for engineering. I also make beats. So when it comes to an artist, I could literally go into the studio, engineer the songs, produce the songs, and I'm a songwriter.
Whoa.
So I could basically just go into the studio with the artist and create a whole new style for them. And that's what I want to do. That's why I'm trying so hard to have money. So when I take this artist in the studio, it's just me and the artist. They don't have to worry about how they're going to make money, who's going to sign them, how they're going to be successful. I want them to see like, okay, we got this guy here. This guy is going to provide what we need.
Yeah.
But me, myself, I'm a musician. So I'm not just going to tell somebody, make any type of music. I'm going to have a certain music that I want to hear, that I like. And I'm going to work with that artist.
So you have a great big passion for the music industry, and basically it's more of a business thing of promoting people with the same passion that you have originally, but you just don't, you're not a frontline guy. You can pick and choose when you want to be on frontline.
Yes, I could choose and pick when I want to be an artist, when I want to be a business person.
Yeah.
But like I said, I have a lot of passion for music, but me being a Nigerian, I think I have more passion for being a business person. And that's what's really going on, I love music a lot. Ever since I was 18, 21, I knew, music is something I could want to do for the rest of my life. But then when I started going to school, because, my father, Nigerians' fathers, he wanted me to go to school.
If you want to do what you want to do, you've got to finish school and give them that degree. As long as they've got the degree paper in their hand, like, the hat thrown in the air, they've got the picture, they're content. Anything you do after that, they don't mind. As long as you finish school.
Yeah, as long as you finish school and you got some kind of degree and you're not just wasting your time. Because they feel like if you're not going to school, you're just wasting your time. So my father pushed me to school and I went to school for business. And when I went to school for business, that's when I realized, look, I have a bigger passion for business than I do for music. And if I could put them two together, and that's why right now I'm so happy with my life, because I'm able to do the business in what I love.
Fantastic.
I'm able to be a part of a music business, which I love music so much, and I love business so much. So when you put those two together, it's almost like the perfect situation for me.
So your father must be really happy for you at the moment, because not only are you into music, he's not just got a son that's, traveling and touring and doing whatever. You're actually a business person. Because,
I'm business oriented.
your father, our parents are very, although they want us to do whatever we want to do, they also want you to have something to fall back on. And you've already started that platform. It's not just music. So, if you don't get the next record deal, you're not finished. You're the kind of person you're the person signing yourself. You're the person being who needs to put you out there and promote you and get you to that level of, popularity that people can say, okay, I like Pretty Blaxx. What is it about Pretty Blaxx that is going on? Like,
Yes.
you're grabbing people, just like Nicki Minaj is doing at the moment, just like, you know, the other different artists are doing at the moment. The only reason why I mention Nicki Minaj is because obviously she's a molded artist, and through her music she's made business decisions on doing, like, is it X Factor she did, or was it one of
She
the
did. It was it was Family Idol or something.
yeah,
like
Pop Idol. So, you know, she started to do her own perfume. She's got her own China dolls that she makes, that she sells out. So regardless if her music's not selling, her China dolls are selling, and she's making money from one angle or the other. Whereas you're doing the same thing, but you're not starting from trying to be popular, making music and being out there. You're starting from, I'm creating something. You're creating like your own little foundation, your own little cocoon that you can draw people in from that platform. That when you do get to that point, you can start being, you know, you can start doing the little pop daddy kind of moves when you're in every single video. Not saying you will be, but you're kind of doing your own moves that you know that you're capable of achieving to that point. And for me, speaking to you as a Nigerian girl, like, we have a lot of networks in Nigeria. I work for one in Nigeria called Rave TV. It's a new network. It's only been open for a year. I'm one of the presenters. I do a lot of, like, different shows. Like, I go concerts in London, different African artists that come from Nigeria to perform in London. I do backstage interviews.
Okay.
It's very different. I don't do it like the normal people. I'm very, very edgy. I ask the questions that no one else will ask, because I don't believe in that kind of base. Oh, how was your performance? I'm kind of like, because I speak Yoruba, I speak English, I speak Patois. I'm very diverse in my accent, so whichever kind of environment I'm in, I kind of like gel with it. So when I'm in that environment, I'm interviewing people on a different scale. I'm bringing something different to the network that other networks in Nigeria don't have. So as a presenter, I stand out. And you, as an artist based in New York, a lot of Nigerians want to be from America. They want to have the accent. They want to have that kind of experience that all the rappers talk about. But because they're not from that place, they have to kind of relate to themselves. So now we've kind of like found our own identity. We're now starting to relate to our own, like, you know, people from Ojuelegba and Isaleko, all those kind of areas. People are rapping about things there rather than trying to rap about a country that they have nothing or clue about. So now we're becoming more popular because we're gaining our own identity rather than using American slangs to rap. We use our own broken English to rap. And that's what I bring into my presenting as well. I use my own slangs. Whoever I'm relating with, I know sometimes my English accent can kind of kick in, but I sabi speak broken English. Nobody say I they speak like this all the time. If I need to, I can divert from one accent to the next. And if you want me to go yardie to me, can go local yardies too. You see me? So it's like the whole thing, it creates a different dynamics. And us as Nigerians in different continents, we're like creating a different diversion and bring the attention to Nigeria rather than the country we're living in.
We creating confidence in our people.
Yeah.
So when it's time for him to make music, he doesn't have to. But he don't feel like he gotta sound like a Jay-Z or a Ja Rule. He could just be like, okay, you know what? I want to sound like myself because I got Pretty Blaxx that's saying if I sound like myself, he's gonna give me the same amount of money Jay-Z would give me.
Thank you.
He's gonna give me the same amount of money Puff Daddy would give me.
Exactly.
And Pretty Blaxx want me to sound like myself. So what I'm doing is I'm telling the Nigerians, my people, like, look, there's no difference from us and these people.
There isn't.
If I could do it, if I could do it, then that means you guys could do it. You know?
Exactly.
I'm a Nigerian. I come from Nigeria, and Jay-Z didn't come from Nigeria. That's why I keep saying it. Jay-Z didn't come from Nigeria. So I feel like if I could do it, you know, my peoples could do it, and I'm just trying to install confidence.
No, you've done more than that, darling. From speaking to you, you seem very motivated. You're active. You're on point. You're doing what is necessary to be you. So for me, that's the biggest encouragement that anybody could have. You don't really
Yeah.
need to be you don't need Jay-Z to sign you. You don't need a big, record companies to sign you. You're becoming a big record company, but you're under the radar. That's all it is at the moment. And for
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
people are gonna think, oh, Pretty Black. I've heard about him. Alive. Okay, that's the album. Okay, that's it. That's what he's about. But the only thing is, because you're not on that same kind of waves as Jay-Z and Puff Daddy and Akon or Tyrese and all this kind of people. You're kind of like you're under the radar, but you're doing just as much as they are. And within time, our parents always said nothing before it's time. So I think your time is gonna come very, very soon. And from the way we're conversating and how you're talking, I know that I'm gonna be that chick that's gonna be like, I interviewed him, I spoke to him, I broke it down. You might not know who I am right now, but at least I know I got to find out what his real was before the whole paparazzi lights, camera action kicked in.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to build something. Cause when I was in Nigeria, I realized we have great entertainers. We have great comedians.
Fantastic.
When I was in Nigeria, when I was 17, about 10 years ago, and then I came back to America now, I wasn't so much entertained with America anymore. Because every joke that I would hear, every artist that I would hear, I would think about, hey, in Nigeria, I heard that a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things I would hear in Nigeria, I would come back and hear here. And I'm like, listen, we Nigerians got the best entertainers in the world. If we have the best entertainers in the world, then if we are able to believe in ourselves and support ourselves financially and musically, best. And that's just my motivation. And when I started thinking like that, I started making the music and I started comparing myself, and I realized it's not just music. We Nigerians, we have something about us that when we say we want to do something, we don't need nobody help. We're gonna figure out the way to do it.
That's why we need people like you overseas that is in America. You've got the business mind, you've got the qualification, you've got the law and the regulations and everything on your side. And, for us in Nigeria, we don't really stick to the rules, do we? But someone like you coming to Nigeria and creating a foundation or a base for that kind of attention or that kind of how can I put it? That reality kind of stamp to the industry, you would kind of make a mark and create an industry for Nigerians that we don't have that. We don't have any control. We don't have no bars. We don't have any kind of legalities to our music. Everything is every individual to themselves. Whereas you can come to Nigeria and create a foundation that we can say, okay, we have a base. We are Universal Records. We are Virgin Records. We are Sony Records. We have all this at our hand. But we need people like you to come back home and create that. We can't do it by ourselves because we don't have that kind of mindset. We see the visual, but we don't see the work behind the visual.
Yes.
So someone like you that has the visual and the work ethics, we can do very well with in our country, because we need someone like you to come back home and teach our new up-and-coming artists that there is a business side to your talent, your music, your drive, your passion, and enforce that to them and let them know that we can create a base and we're not just going to sit down and take it as, oh, we've got a one track, we're a one-hit pony and we're just going to do that and then get on and try and see if we can get another hit next year. We want to create an industry so we can be respected in America. I know BET has a category for Nigerian music, but I mean, as soon as an artist wins an award, I don't see people like Jay-Z or Beyonce or 2 Chainz standing up and, bigging us up. I just see them sitting there looking like, who are you? But then BET is not marketing us in the right way. Whereas you're there, you're
Yeah.
based there, you're Nigerian, you know what it's like to be a
I'm
Nigerian.
I'm gonna force them. I'm gonna give them money. I'm gonna do it the proper way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay them the money. I'm gonna force them, and I'm gonna have other guys, other celebrities, to co-sign us and to say they like us. So these big companies will be forced to play the music. And if they don't play the music, then me, myself, as a business person, I could complain to my other partners about this certain company that's not doing proper business with us.
Yeah.
So you're right. What do set us apart is the fact that I know how to get what I want through the law.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Through the law, without so much trying to just be aggressive. I know the plans and the steps, and I want to teach it to my peoples, and I just want to give us an image, whether we are nice guys, I want to have the image of nice guys. If we are rich people, then I want to put that image. I want to install the confidence in my people.
Yeah.
So they don't always have to want to be like these people over here.
Most
whatever
definitely.
image that we put out, if we put out a God image, if we put out a businessman image, whatever image that I decide to put out, I want to install that into my people. So when they start rapping and they start making music, they can make music like, look, they are Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Not that they want to be like Jay-Z. They
are
Jay-Z. They can rap just like, yeah.
They
I
are
want to install
them.
that confidence in my people.
Yeah,
That's
because we lose
So
focus. We do lose focus.
Yeah, I was saying I feel like I could relate to the people out here and I could compete with them. So I just want to show them how I could compete with them. But as I compete with them, I don't want to be like them. I want to be like myself. So when they see me competing with these people, but I'm able to have my own image that's Nigerian, then they could be like, okay, so if we want to compete with Jay-Z, we could just do what Pretty Blaxx is doing.
Exactly.
But whatever that I'm doing is going to represent us Nigerians.
Exactly.
It's going to represent. And that's why I also need to come home so I could be more into what's actually going on at home.
Yeah.
And I just believe it's a huge market.
I definitely believe so.
Nigeria. Yeah, it's almost a bigger market in Nigeria than it is here.
It is so much bigger, and I think you can bridge that gap for the diaspora to be able to get that message, because mostly a lot of Africans forget that in America, a lot of Americans want to get back to their roots. So as much as you're trying to copy to be Americans, you're losing your identity, which is what they want. They want the African identity. They want to relate to Africans. They love African stuff. But you have to be African.
They don't have nothing here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They want the African thing. Because I know Americans are...
They love me here.
You see? And because you're Nigerian and you can relate to someone who speaks Yoruba, like, obviously the conversation started off with us speaking Yoruba. I was meant to introduce myself as Oh Lovely, and my original name is Onome. I don't use my English name. I was baptized as Maureen. This shouldn't be going out on air because I hate that name. But it's a name that I was blessed with in a Catholic church. So I better just, accept it. But my name is Onome. I'm saying it in the English way, but it's Onome. And so I'm from Warri Delta. I'm from the Delta side, the oil, the money land. So I come from a very, very rich, like, brilliant background, but I denied it for so long because I thought I had to fit in, just like you. When you started in your whole drive to go down the road of being an artist, you had to follow some kind of American artist to kind of give you your drive to fit in, to be accepted at first. But then when you realize that you didn't have to be that person, because what you are, your originality is what people want. It's more than what you started with.
It's like, we Nigerians need to stop forgetting that we are the original people. Everything came from us.
Exactly.
So everything. It's like I find myself trying to be like somebody else who's trying to be like me.
Thank you.
Yeah, but you know, it's what it is it's a different generation, it's a different age.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to realize that these people are trying to be like us because they have it so much better. It looks
They
so
do.
prettier. It looks so much prettier when they do it. But even though it looked prettier, they still copying us. They still doing what we doing.
Most deaf.
They just look a little prettier, you know,
because they have
a better country. They
exactly.
have more money. Yeah, but
they have legalities.
Definitely, like. Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here, darling.
Yeah, I'm still here, darling. Okay. Yeah, so you know that's what it is, and that's what we're, you know, that's my main goal. That's what I'm pushing here. That's what I would love to do. That's, you know, what I would love to accomplish, and I'm just doing it. I feel like I'm already doing it though. I feel like the job is already getting done because it doesn't even have, it's a job. I mean, I feel like this is God's plan.
Yeah.
But I feel like the job is getting done because it's not just to the Nigerians.
No,
the
it's
Americans
international.
Too get surprised when they realize this boy was actually born in Nigeria.
The fascination is deep.
And
yeah.
He has all of this. He's this successful. It's like they're starting to realize too, like, yeah, these African guys are serious. You know, they starting to realize that too. And that's what even makes me feel like I could take it to Nigeria and install this into my people. Because the people here already, the people here alone, they are surprised. They look at me like, wow, man, you're able to do very good for yourself. And I'm just representing a Nigerian. So I know they are having more confidence in us. They're believing in us more just from me.
Exactly. Oh, thank you. You put the dots together.
And I could do it with Nigerians. It's gonna be like, wow, they're gonna look at the other guys as they look at me now.
Wow. That's the respect is there because you've got that base in you. You see what it is coming from Africa at your age to try and start something will be very hard. But because you've grown and you've developed and you know the way of life, the way of talking, the way of relating to each other, you have that. And then you're also coming from a home where you're also given the culture of African Nigerian descendants. You also have that installed in you, so you're not forgetting where you're from, but at the same time you're showing people that there's a diversity in everything, so you can't get carried away in stereotyping people, but you've got that blend, which I have as well. English, Jamaican, Nigerian. I can put that out there. I try to reach out to people and say, look, I look Jamaican, I look Caribbean, but I was made in Lagos. I was born in Nigeria. I went to school in Nigeria. I did everything in Nigeria, but you would never know from my accent. You will never know from how I relate to people, because I've learned to integrate with different cultures and different levels of people on, CEOs, executives, or whatever you want to call yourself. I can relate to you because I've made that, that change from not trying to look in one direction, but look in every direction and trying to embrace it rather than trying to say, oh, you're not like me, so I'm not going to talk to you.
Like to condemn anything that's out of our culture.
Yes.
We believe that our culture is the only culture. But what's going on is all of these people are taken from our culture. So if we don't take the time to look at what they're doing, they're just going to keep taking our stuff.
Exactly. And we're going to keep on sitting there saying, okay, take it. You will never know where it originates from. Nothing comes from nothing. You've got to step back in history. And Americans are very good at that, doing history lessons.
Yeah. I mean, Americans, they respect Nigerians. They know, not even Nigerians, they respect Africa, period. Because they know, I believe, because I went to school in Nigeria when I was, like I said, when I was 17.
Yeah.
And you'll be surprised. A lot of the history in Africa, they don't teach us. Like, they didn't teach us at all. They teach us more stuff about Africa here than they actually teach us in Africa itself.
Yeah.
So I believe Americans are more educated about Nigerian or Africa as a
Than
continent
Africans themselves. Because
they
remember,
hardly educate us about that.
Nigeria only got their independence in 1960, so a lot of the old school behavior is still, involved in our classes. We were colonized for so many years. Nigeria itself was only 100 years old this year, and then we've only been, independent for like 50-something years, 55 years this year. So
it's a young nation.
Very young. And to be honest, America's how many years old? So obviously there's a lot of, history, slave trade, everything went through America, especially Nigerians and Ghanaians, and everything on that kind of level was most of black Africans in America are Ghanaians and Nigerians, even in the West Indies. But a lot of the people in Nigeria or Ghana don't really know that. So when you talk about Jamaicans, they're like pushing their nose up at it because they're thinking, oh, they don't understand us, they're illiterate. But to be honest, they're like you. They came from your country. It's just that they've had to adapt to the different climate and, different kind of like environment to where they are now. So for us as Nigerians in a different continent from where we originate from, we're the ones who need to make the change. We're the ones who need to make sure that we're bringing something back from where we are to develop and educate our people on that ground. And you're going by it the right way. I would not say you're doing anything wrong. Everything you're doing right now, from the conversation we've had, you are doing everything right. And as a Nigerian young female in England, I always look to my country first before I look anywhere else to try and get inspiration, get the drive, and try and understand who I am as a person and my culture.
Yes.
And that's what you're doing. And to be honest, I can see what you're going to achieve in 5 years. Even though I asked you that question, I wanted to see if you knew what I was getting from you in this conversation. Because you have that drive to make that change. And if more of us support each other on that platform, there's nothing that can stop us from being first in everything. Everything. And I mean everything, because we're in different countries running for them and carrying their flags, but we originate from Africa.
We are, and a lot of Nigerians migrated. We are all over the world. We are all over the world, so
we're everywhere.
We need to realize that we're more powerful than we think we are.
Most definitely.
And the only way we're gonna realize our power is when we support each other.
That's it.
Ain't no Nigerians is gonna know about pretty blacks that's living amongst Americans and is able to be successful unless they support. I get the support. And I'm not gonna know much about the young Nigerian artists that has nobody to look up to but an American guy. So I'm not going to be able to support him. So it's like we got to start being able to support each other and, be able to pass down news and which become history. Yeah. We must pass down history, amongst each other. And this will help us grow. But one thing I do believe is if we are able to support each other, we will realize that we are 20 times, 100 times stronger than we act to be, or we believe to be, or we think we are. We are so much stronger than we actually act like we are, because everybody is not like me right now. I'm doing this I get no support from Nigerians because I'm here. I mean, I have a few Nigerians on my Facebook, but I get little support from Nigerians, and I'm still able to be successful and do what I do.
Yeah, exactly.
If I get all that support.
Whoa. That would be intense.
It would be incredible.
Intense, incredible. You would be like, I don't even know what to say, because for me right now, I always have this instinct about people. I mean, I think I met one of the chicks from the Dream Girls. The not she wasn't it wasn't Beyonce. It wasn't the other famous one. It was the one in the one that went out with Eddie Murphy in the movie. Now I can't remember her name, which is very bad of me. But when I interviewed her, I just had this feeling, and I said to her, "Do you know what? You've inspired me, because she had so much more to her than what you saw in the movie. You know, we know about Beyonce, we know about Jennifer Hudson, but we didn't know about her." And the thing is, when she spoke powerful, like to the point of where I thought, why didn't you get an Oscar? Why didn't you get recognized in the movie? Because you had a powerful part, but because you haven't got a status like the rest of them have, nobody gave you the opportunity to achieve your toppest goal in your talent. But saying that, I now embraced her, and I know she did half of A Yellow Sun, and it's a famous Nigerian book that came out from the Biafra War. And, you know, nobody really knows about the Biafra War. It's just like the Rwanda War that went on, that divided the country and killed a lot of people, enslaved, and, you know, justice was not served. But at the same time, when she spoke so powerful that I thought, do you know what? You're a leader and not a follower. And sometimes you don't always have to be in the limelight to have a position in power. The quiet ones are always the powerful ones. The ones that are in the limelight are the ones that are engineered by other people's power. It's not theirs directly. Those under the radar, it's their power that's engineering the people. If that makes sense to you. Because at times we seem to look in the wrong direction, thinking, you know, since you're famous and you're in the limelight, I'm going to follow you. No, they're actually following you, because without you, there would be nothing. Whereas when you're under the radar, you don't have to follow nobody. You've got your followers. You don't have to. You empower other people. And that's what I'm getting from you. And I believe that you're going to have that status of where, because you started like this, doesn't mean you're gonna end like this. It means you're always gonna end at the top. You know, the best people are always silent, so you don't always have to hear it.
You are so right. You know what makes me? You know what made me popular?
What's that?
I became very popular here around 2014, 2013, 2014. What happened was, there's an artist here in Queens, New York. He's 18 years old.
Okay.
He's like the best up-and-coming artist in the city.
Wow.
No lie about it. He's on a major radio. He deal with 50 Cent.
Whoa.
This guy, he has a lot of fans. And what made me popular was, I was throwing a party, and the kid, he came up to me. His name is Lynx. He came up to me. He was like, "Yo, Blaxx, pretty Blaxx, I want to work with you. I don't have a manager right now. I like what you're doing. You have shows. I like to perform." So me and him linked up. We started working together. And I became his manager. And, you know, I do parties constantly. So when I would throw parties, he would come perform. And that boosted my popularity as a business person in this industry, because my goal wasn't to manage an artist. But like you said, artists feel so comfortable with me. They feel so comfortable with me for a lot of reasons, because I'm young.
Yeah.
I make music.
You relate.
You know, I'm this guy that came from a background where I had to work hard.
Yeah.
So they relate to me and they love me. Like, they believe I understand them.
Yeah.
And they believe like I'm a real person. They believe like I'm actually sincere compared to these other people. So that really boosted my popularity. It also boosted my confidence to say, okay, you know what? Maybe I don't need to be in the limelight. Because if I have the person that's in the limelight respecting me and listening to me, then I'm okay with that. I'm okay with just working with the star. Cause me, I believe I'm a star without music. Understand them.
Yeah.
And they believe like I'm a real person. They believe like I'm actually sincere
Most
compared to these other people. So that really boosted my popularity. It also boosted my confidence to say, okay, you know what? Maybe I don't need to be in the limelight. Because if I have the person that's in the limelight respecting me and listening to me, then I'm okay with that. I'm okay with just working with the star. Because me, I believe I'm a star without music.
Exactly.
Because I'm able to mix amongst a lot of successful people and a lot of older people and a lot of CEOs, people that's successful in life. So with me being this age, I'm still at the age where I can still party with the 18-year-olds and party with the young artists, but I can conversate properly with the older people, with the CEOs, so that bridge makes them very comfortable with me because they know I can communicate. Other than if they go get their friend that's like 20 years old, he probably don't know what to say. But they know with me, they might not be able to tell me what they need, but I can see them and understand them and see what they need and be able to tell the industry people about them. So I do have that connection with artists, and I love it. And that's why I'm just so confident in being a businessman, because I relate to these artists so well.
Fantastic. I can't even tell you what I've got. This conversation I've had with you today, I'm inspired. And you're younger than me, but I'm inspired. And I feel like age is nothing but a number. That's what I believe. And in any kind of experience that anybody goes through, anyone can teach everybody. As long as you've got an open mind, you can learn something new. You're never too old to learn anything new. You can teach an old dog new tricks. That's what we say in London. You teach an old dog new tricks, and we will kind of gravitate towards it and be able to mix and blend. It's a saying we have in London, you mix and blend. There's nothing wrong with mixing and blending, but you still got to have your own identity. And you, through this conversation we've had, you have showed me that. And like, I might think I know a lot where I'm coming from, or I've experienced a lot, but every conversation I have with different artists, different producers, different, actors, actresses, because I do act as well. So I'm in the entertainment business, big time, Nollywood level. So I get so much from everything that I'm not closed mind to thinking I know it all. I'm learning every day, and sitting here having a conversation with you because I'm open-minded to know, I can learn something new from somebody. It's not a bad thing trying to talk to somebody in a different caliber from what I'm in, but it's also a learning curve for me to say, okay, you're doing this, but doesn't mean that I cannot gravitate towards you or learn something that can help me in my path of where I'm going. And this conversation has done nothing but actually confirm my actual thoughts on the level of saying you will never learn everything. Every day is a new day, and you will always learn something new. And I've learned within the hour and a bit that we've talked, I've learned so much that it's like a new page for me. I feel like I've been recharged.
Yes.
Like, seriously recharged. And speaking to somebody who I started off with a conversation speaking Yoruba, I'm like, wow. It is, for me, it's a serious thing. Ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan tí mo ń sọ, màá sọ Yorùbá fún ẹ ń sìn o, mi ò ní sọ English mọ́ o. Ò ń gbọ́ mi àbí? Ó ti wọlé gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ àbí? Bí àwọn Nàìjíríà ṣe ń gbọ́ wa, màá máa sọ Yorùbá fún wọn kó gbọ́ nǹkan tá à ń sọ, cause correct Naija tó bá gbọ́ pé nǹkan tá à ń sọ pé kò make sense, nǹkan tá à ń sọ ni pé kéèyàn farabalẹ̀ kó gbá nǹkan tó fẹ́ gbà láyé. Ayé ò kò kí, it's not guaranteed to anybody, but at the end of the day kò make market, kò ṣe pé o lè ṣe nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe, but kò ṣe nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe pẹ̀lú heart and desire.
Yes.
Tó o bá ṣe pẹ̀lú heart and desire, ó lè pa ẹ́.
But you must be a same feed the stomach, you must feed your intelligence.
Very true.
We see It's difference between being smart and being intelligent.
Very true.
See, smart ni ẹni jẹ́ pé ó ní gbogbo information níwájú rẹ̀. Wọ́n ti sọ gbogbo kan tó nídìí.
Tòótọ́ ni.
Ó sì mọ̀ bó ṣe lè choose nǹkan tó dáa àti nǹkan tí kò dáa nínú ẹ̀. Ẹni tó smart nìyẹn. But ẹni tí ó ti intelligent, wọ́n lè fún ní no money, kò sí owó lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀, kò sí anything. But tó bá ní intelligence, á rí àwọn ẹlòmíì tó ń ṣe.
Tòótọ́ ni.
Wọ́n ní fún ní information kankan bí wọ́n ṣe fún ẹni tó smart gbogbo information.
Ó máa
Ẹni tó
wọlé.
intelligent, wọ́n fún ní information kankan, ó kàn rí àwọn èèyàn ni. Ó rí àwọn ènìyàn, ó wá believe nínú ra rẹ̀ wípé tẹ́ni yìí bá lè ṣe, kó tèmi náà fi lè ṣe.
Èmi náà lè ṣe.
Intelligent, that person is intelligent, brilliant.
Yeah.
It's not smart. Smart ni wípé left, right.
Tòótọ́.
Intelligence ni wípé ọ̀tẹ̀ mọ ibi tí left wà.
Ó mọ ibi tí right wà. Òun òsì àti ọ̀tún.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o.
Bó ṣe wà náà nìyẹn. Oh, babe, you know what? You've been fantastic. I ain't gonna stop it here. This relationship has just begun. Like, I'm gonna follow you and spread the word. And like I told you, I work for a TV station in Nigeria, so I will push it out there. I'm gonna disturb your life like it's going out of fashion, like in a way that you're gonna hear about Oh Lovely coming from a different dynamics, and you're gonna think, I know this chick, I've heard about this chick, and this chick will bring your name with her. It's not a thing where be but boy say so I be Davido, Emma Dami Duro, you will not stop me. You understand?
Yes,
so
yes.
everything I'm doing, true to the kind of conversation we've had, I feel like I've gelled with you on a different level. And I know our listeners out there on the Sweetest Taboo show, because I do a Sweetest Taboo show, which is like anything goes. I don't care. There's boundaries I cross. You might not want to talk about it, but you're thinking about it. And I will say about it. Just like Wendy Williams, we say what you think. You don't have to say it out. I'm here to say it to people. If you don't like me for it, you're definitely going to pay attention, but you might not like it, but you're still going to pay attention. And for me to spread that word about you, Pretty Black, don't worry. You're unlimited. Forget phone contracts. Phone contracts will wale. God, now only God bring us come this land. Now ain't go come out us. So any human being no fit come out our strength. And as far as we've talked right now, I'm spreading the news. I will be Facebooking you. I'll be promoting whatever you're pushing out there. I know I'm not based in New York. I'm based in London. But what I can do from this side, and obviously you know my boss, Sin City. We call him Sin City. He's on point. He's taking me in like one of his own. There's no boundaries. It might be in Mumbai. He's the most talented, grounded guy I've ever met. I won't lie to you. He believes in me so much. Past my own personal persons, though. So I know that all we need to do is come together as a nation and create that platform, which is what I'm going to keep doing for you. And I will push you out there, and I'll make people in England hear about you, and they're going to know that, hold on, there's this dude in New York called Pretty Black, and he's on point. Are you serious?
Thank you. And you know, I'm gonna be getting my passport soon. I wanna be able to travel. It's just a matter of Sin letting me know when he's ready. You know, I'll get my own ticket, and you know, I'll pay for my own stay.
Trust me, Sin will not let you down.
Thank you.
Once he knows you're real,
serious.
He's there. Once he know, and he won't put you to me if he knows you're not real, because I'm very staunch about who I interview. If I don't feel you, I have a kind of vibe where I'm not trying to be staunch or stuck up. I'm more of a girl that I like underground people. I like people that work for what they want, not that they just, you know, got a little leg up or they went to X Factor. I like people that grind. They do it old school. They maneuver within under the radar. And you're doing that. And for me, it's an inspiration for me that I need to keep going, because the more of you I find, the more people that gets noticed out there, not through me, but as soon as we do talk, different things happens in different people's life. And you never know the kind of connections I can throw your way. You never know the kind of connections you can throw my way. And Sin, like I said, Sin is a bad man without. He doesn't need to be famous. He's that kind of dude. He doesn't want to be known. He just likes to make the links. And once he makes the links, he's happy. That's his satisfaction because it's his passion. So for me, I'm happy that he connected us two together to have an interview to discuss on that level of business, of music, of lifestyle, of culture.
Yes, it was a great convo. You know, it was a great convo. Definitely, I was able to get the feel of what's going on. You gave me a feeling of what's going on in Nigeria and what my people need.
Most deaf. We need you. We need you ASAP. Like, as soon as possible. We don't need to be sitting on our asses. We need you in Nigeria. You're what can make Nigeria. You would make that platform. You will be one of the names in history in the next 50 years to say, right, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have this in 50 years' time.
Yes, I want to install that confidence in my people to let them know they are the best of the world. They could do anything they put their mind to. And it's very true.
And you've made that happen in this conversation. Like, seriously, when we say in London, say no more.
Yeah, we say that in New York too.
It's like, say no, because there isn't anything to be said because you've done the talk. When we say done the talk, means you finished it. There's nothing more to say. Like, you've done it. You did it. I can't be any more inspired than I am now. And I feel so high on the conversation we've had. I'm actually, what's that posh word? Exhilarated. That's the posh word for it. I'm so exhilarated. It is
Bombay Hott Radio.
Bombay Hott Radio. Yeah.
London Hott Radio.
If you love it like I love it, Miami. If you love it like you mean it, you just can't let it go. You already know, already know. If you love it like you mean it, if you love it like I love it, just can't let it go. You already know, already know. If you love it like I love it, if you love it like you mean it, you just can't let it go. You already know. This is hip hop, kid. Kick rocks. I came, I saw, I conquer. Now I'm setting up shop. From the airplane to the drop, I hopped out, landed in the cold weather. Now I'm a champion, some like Floyd Mayweather. School ain't teach as much, but to get that paper. Show those mobster movies and how to act so gangster. I'm paper chasing. If I chase my fans away, they ain't coming back later. In business, we act proper. In the streets, niggas can't stop us. If I got money, I got choppers. If I got money, I got shotters. Pit bulls and rock rollers. Mac 10, man's best friend. They say the stress ends when you pull the bullshit aside. Niggas like Blaxx, we ready to ride. The voice inside, they never let me quit. I'm on my shit. I rip the bar, I rip the beat. It's all the same, you know we ready in the streets. YBE. If you love it like I love it, if you love it like you mean it, you just can't let it go. You already know, already know. If you love it like you mean it, if you love it like I love it, just can't let it go. You already know, already know. If you love it like I love it, if you love it like you mean it, you just can't let it go. You already know. Time to party and forget the hate. My momentum could shake the world and make it break. That would be negative. My motive is to be positive like the Holy Cross. I'm a leader, call me a creative boss. I don't lose, so I don't know what's a loss. I'm skinny, but I hold weight like Rick Ross. Big boy, crown me, you can't clown me. Nassau, I get my bags off, I control the county. If you love it like you mean it, you just can't let it go. You already know, already know. If you love it like you mean it, if you love it like I love it, just can't let it go. You already love it like I love it, if you love it like you mean it, you just can't let it go. You already know, already know. If you love it like you mean it, you just can't let it go. You already know, already know. If you love it like you mean it, if you love it like I love it, just can't let it go. You already know, already know. If you love it like I love it, if you love it like you mean it, you just can't let it go. You already know, already know.
London Hott Radio.